Hello friends, welcome to Chair Yoga. I'm calling today's class All Treats, No Tricks. And we kind of have a little Halloween theme going on, mostly because I'm wearing an orange shirt and black pants. But it's a lighthearted practice, and there's nothing the matter with having fun with our yoga practice. So let's enjoy it today. Grab your chair, we'll get started. Let's make ourselves comfortable on our chairs. So I'm going to sit back in my chair. My thigh bones are supported by the seat of the chair. I can even use the back of the chair to help support my back. And then I'm going to connect my feet to the floor with this block, simply because if I didn't have that there, my legs would be dangling. And I really want to feel connected to the floor beneath me. Let's let the hands rest palms up in the lap. And then just arrive. Here we are on our chair, ready to practice our yoga. Take a moment to check in with the body and see how things feel today. Notice any areas that might need our special attention. And just a reminder that nothing we do today should hurt, right? Yoga shouldn't hurt the body. We may notice sensation, but we're just really exploring, and we don't ever want to cause pain. So please don't do anything that hurts. And the other important rule in yoga is we have to keep breathing. I'll remind you. Begin to slow down and even out the breath. And notice sensations of breath in the body, whether you feel it in the nose or the throat, the chest, the rib cage or the belly, just noticing the sensation of the breath. And then check in with how you're feeling mentally and emotionally. Where are we on that calm scale today? Let's stack those palms at heart center and take a moment to set an intention for today's practice. And it might be just to have fun, or it might be anything else that's important to you today. And then we'll release those hands back down to the lap. Let's take a circle or two with those shoulders. And we'll move to the edge of our chair. So as I move to the edge of my chair, I move that prop out of the way so that my feet can connect directly to the earth now. And I really can feel that connection. I can push into my feet and sit up a little taller. Shoulders come down from the ears. And the very first sequence we're going to do is some Halloween cat and Halloween cow. So when we inhale, let's think about lifting the sternum, the chin, the gaze. As we exhale, we're going to bring that belly button back to support the spine. We're going to round, separating the shoulder blades, dropping the chin. Here we are in our Halloween cat. Push into the feet, start that movement at the tailbone, lift up. Halloween cow. Again, starting at the base of the spine, bringing belly button back, rounding, separating the shoulder blades, dropping the chin. Halloween cat. Take your time, move with the breath. And let's do one more round, one more inhale and exhale, following your breath. And then sit up tall, let those shoulders come down from the ears. We'll release those arms down by our sides, wiggle those fingers. And let's imagine now, perhaps, that we're a vampire with a cape. So as we inhale, we'll circle and sweep those arms up, bringing that cape up with us. Just a big circle up. You could even look up at this point. And as you exhale, float that cape back down. Drop the chin. A sun breath. Inhale, circle, sweep. But we know that vampires don't like the sun, so we'll call it a cape lift. Exhale, float the chin back down. Arms come down. Do one more like that. Float those arms back down. Take a moment to circle those shoulders. Check in with how that feels in the upper back. And we'll release those arms down by our side again. This time moving with the shoulders and the wrists as well. So we're going to take those arms forward, lead with the wrist. Let the fingers point down, kind of like Frankenstein. And then we'll come back, flipping the palms the other way. Think about the breath, taking those arms forward and up. Arms are long, but fingers are pointing down. And then take it back down. Noticing any sensations in the wrists. We'll call these Frankenstein lifts. I like it. One more. And then pause with hands in the lap. Notice any sensations in the hands, the wrists, the upper arm, the shoulders. And now we'll reach the arms forward. Let's let the palms face each other this time. Thumbs are up. I'm calling these zombie arms. Not sure why. But let's reach forward with those zombie arms like you're trying to find someone. Arms reach forward. You can feel those shoulder blades separate. And then bring those shoulder blades together on the back. Let's try that again. Reaching forward. And then pull back. Keep going. And then let's stay here in that neutral position. So the arms aren't super forward, nor are those shoulder blades together on the back. And we're going to start to make some circles one at a time with the shoulders. And you may notice that the rib cage moves as well. Just in a gentle twisting motion. Working within a comfortable range. Remember, nothing should hurt here. No pain, no pain. Maybe we take those circles forward a few. And then we'll go back. And then we'll finish. Let's let the hands rest in the lap. Pause and take note of how things feel in the upper back now. Okay, moving on to mummy hugs. Let's take those arms wide. And then we're going to give ourselves a hug. Let's take right arm on top of left. I'm calling this a mummy hug. So give yourself that hug, maybe drop the chin. Again, noticing the space between the shoulder blades. And then we'll open those arms wide again. You can lift the chin here. And when we give ourselves a hug next time, different arm on top. So we're engaging the brain as well. Inhale, open wide, look up, lift up. Exhale, hug right on top of left. Let's stay here now. Perhaps we lean to the left and come back up, and we'll lean right. Return to center, open the arms wide. Hug the other way, left arm on top, drop the chin. Sit up tall, we'll lean over to the right, and then lean to the left. And open those arms wide, and then let the hands rest down in your lap. Take a circle or two with the shoulders. Okay, finally, we're going to do a little crescent moon. Release those arms down by your side. Actually, you can keep one hand in your lap if you like, or you can put it to the edge of the chair. But we'll let our breath lift up that right arm, and we're going to lean over to the left. And then we'll come on back up. And the exhale allows the arm to float down. Let's try that same side. As we inhale, imagine that the breath is lifting that arm up. We lean over into that crescent moon shape. We could call it Halloween moon if we liked. Float the arm down. This next time we'll take it up. We'll lean over into that crescent moon Halloween shape. And we'll breathe here, feeling the space in the right side of the rib cage as it expands and contracts. And then float that arm back down by your side. Let the hand rest in your lap. Pause. Notice the difference between the sides. And then we'll go to the other side. So this right hand can rest in my lap. It can rest on the edge of the chair. It can float, whatever feels most comfortable. I inhale, take the arm up and over. And the exhale allows that arm to just float right back down. And imagine the breath is doing this work, right? We inhale and it lifts us up. We lean over and then come on back. And this time we'll stay in that Halloween moon shape. Let the breath lift the arm. We lean over. We can breathe here, feeling that expansion and contraction in the left side of the rib cage. And then we'll reach that arm up, float it back down. Let the hands rest in the lap. Let's take a circle or two with those shoulders. Take a breath. And we're going to make our way to standing. Once you've made your way to standing, you want to make sure your workspace is clean. There's nothing on the floor, no tripping hazards. And we're going to keep this chair close by in case we need it for support. We could bring it right in front of us if we wanted to. Please know that we also have the wall behind us if we need help with balance. Feet are straight ahead. Crown of the head is reaching for the ceiling. We're standing tall. And we're going to come back to those vampire cape sweeps. When we inhale, we'll circle those arms up. Imagine we're taking that cape with us. And as we exhale, we'll let the arms float right back down by our sides. We have the option now to come up onto the toes if we'd like. Take it up. And soften on the exhale. Please know that your arms should be moving in a way that is comfortable to you. It might be a cactus arm. It might be a long arm, somewhere in between. It's all good. Let's do one more wherever we are. Know that you could use one arm too. And come on back down. Pause there. Take a moment to check in with those sensations. See how everything feels. And then we'll come back to those mummy hugs. And I called these mummy hugs because I thought that's what a mummy looked like when it was wrapped up. It's a little stretch, but we got this. We're having fun. Let's take the arms wide. And then we're going to give ourselves that mummy hug, one arm on top of the other. And then our next breath will open wide and we'll go the other way, left arm on top. So we're engaging the brains. And we're helping to make connections between those hemispheres as well. Okay, let's give it a try. Let's open arms wide. Think about the breath doing that. As we exhale, right arm on top of left. The inhale allows us to open. Exhale, left on top of right. Let's try it again. Open. Right on top of left. Stay here. Let's lean right on the next inhale. And exhale, return. Inhale, open wide. Exhale, left on top of right. Inhale, lean left. And exhale, return. Inhale wide. Exhale, float the arms down. Take a circle with those shoulders. So something we had done before, but something a little different too. Making sure the brain is engaged and working with this as well. Now we'll go to that crescent moon stretch. Again, you might want to have a chair in front of you, or if balance is an issue, you could even come back and let your back rest against the wall. A lot of choices here. I don't want anyone to fall. Let's let the arms be down alongside the body. We'll start with our right hand. When you're ready, allow the breath to start to inhale, and that arm just kind of floats up and over. And then we'll just let it come all the way back down on the exhale. Same side, we're going to do the same side. Inhaling, taking it up and over. And exhale, come on back down. This one, we're going to stay in the pose. Think about that inhale, reaching, lifting. Stay here in that crescent moon, that Halloween moon shape. Breathe here. Notice how this is a little different than when we were sitting in the chair. Now it's not just from the hips up to the armpit, the fingertips, but really from your right foot down in the floor to the hip, to the armpit, to the fingertips. Big side body stretch. And then float that arm down on your next exhale. This is a great time to pause and notice the difference between the sides. And then we'll do the other side. So just take a free breath and inhale and exhale. And then on your next inhale, imagine that left arm just reaching up and over, crescent moon. And the exhale, the arm floats right back down. We'll do that again. And this time we'll keep the arm up, stay in that Halloween moon shape, breathing into the rib cage on the left-hand side. And then on your next exhale, whenever that may be, float the arm down, straighten out that spine. You might take a circle or two with those shoulders, see how things feel. Maybe a little wiggle, a little jiggle. We're going to move to our warrior one now. This might be a time when you want to use that chair in front of you. I'm going to have my right foot forward, my left foot back. Right foot forward, left foot back. Coming into my warrior one, I've got room for my hips. My front knee is bent over my front ankle. And if I need help, I've got fingertip control on the chair. But we're going to have some fun with that. We're going to do some Frankenstein lifts with our hands and arms. When you're ready, those wrists lead the way. And then they come back down. Let's try that again. Arms can be shoulder height or higher. And this next time, wherever up is, we'll stay there and we'll breathe there with our Frankenstein arms and our nice tall spine for our warrior one. I've got my fingers pointing down. You could even wiggle your fingers a little bit. I don't know, spiders. That sounds like fun. It's creepy. And then float the arms down. We'll step that back foot forward. Take a breath. Notice the difference between the sides. And then we're going to switch to the other side. So now I have right foot back, left foot forward. I'll just turn to the side a little bit so maybe you can see me better. Yeah, same thing with the arms. When you're ready, it's those wrists that lead you. Elbows are soft. And you can move this with the breath. See how it feels. Think about that breath lifting those arms forward and up. We'll do one more up and down. And then we're going to find where we want to hold our warrior one today. Our warrior one with our Frankenstein arms. And if you want to wiggle your fingers and get some spider things going there, you can do that as well. And then float the arms down. You can bring your hands to the chair and step your back foot forward. Okay, we're going to do that again. Warrior one again. Right foot forward, left foot back. But this time we're not going to use our Frankenstein arms. We're going to come into that mummy hug. So we'll take our arms wide. We're going to give ourselves a hug right on top of left. Right on top of left. Give yourself that hug and then lean over to the right. Pushing down into the left heel, feeling that stretch in the left side body. And then come back to center. We can open the arms wide, bring the hands down, step the back foot forward. Other side. So now we have left foot forward, right foot back. Again, you don't need to turn your body. You can still use that chair. I'm just trying to work with the camera here. We'll take the arms wide. My left foot is forward. I'm going to put my left arm on top. So here I am in my warrior one with my mummy hug, and I'm going to lean to the left. Push it down into the right foot. Feel that stretch in the right side of the body. Breathe here. Again, if you need that chair in front of you, put your hand on the chair. No problem. And then come back to center. Open arms wide. Float the arms down. Step the back foot forward. And just pause and notice how everything feels. Now, we will take a wide stance now. A wide stance for our warrior two poses. So I'm comfortably wide. I don't feel like I'm going to fall. I don't feel like my legs are overstretched. I'm going to take my right toes out and bend my right knee so that that knee is over my ankle. And then I can add my arms in, right? This is our warrior two. My hips are over my shoulders. I could have that chair in front of me to help support me if I wanted. Let the shoulders come down from the ears. And from here, we're going to imagine we're little bats. So just small movements up and down with the arms. Little bat movements. And if you like, you can also lift up that front heel. So just lift up that heel and lower. Just that front heel might come up and back down. You don't need to. But we're bringing attention and awareness to that right ankle. Also, this challenges our balance, right? When we switch to both feet on the floor to 1.5 feet on the floor. And then just pause here with the heel down, the arms wide. And then float the arms down, straighten the leg. We'll turn those toes straight ahead. Take a circle with the shoulders. We'll go to the other side. Left toes out, right toes in slightly. Bend that knee over the ankle. So we find our warrior two first. That's most important. Don't worry about anything else until we know what our foundation is. Once you've got that, if you feel stable, we add one or both arms. You might have an arm on the chair. That's fine. And then if everything still feels good, then we start to play with it. We pretend, right? We're bats now. Just letting those arms go up and down. And we might add in that front lift of the heel. As the arms lift, that heel would lift and lower. And we can tie this to the breath. But just be very aware of balance. Let's try a couple more. And then pause, put the heel down, let the arms be still. Warrior two. Float the arms down, straighten the leg, turn the toes straight ahead. Take a breath here. Take a circle with those shoulders. Yeah. And then we'll heel toe the feet together or walk the feet together, however we want to do that. And just pause and check in with how the body feels. Do a little wiggle, a little jiggle. Okay, working with some balance poses. Wall, chair, we've got all these tools to help support us. Let's see, I'm calling this one Flying Witch. So, let's start in our mountain pose. And I'm going to take my left arm out to the left. The palm is up. And then I'm going to shift my weight into the left leg and reach up my right leg so that I've got this nice diagonal happening from left fingertips to right toe tips. It's a one-legged balance pose. I've got that arm lifted. I've got the other leg lifted. I could keep these toes on the floor. I can keep my hand on the wall behind me. I could even put my hips there. Just a one-legged balance pose Working with this nice long diagonal, getting long from fingertips to toe tips. Let's stay here for 2 more breaths. It doesn't count as yoga if you're not breathing, so keep breathing. I know a lot of times we want to just power through a pose by holding our breath. Doesn't help. Leg comes down, arm comes down. Pause here, take a circle with the shoulders. We'll go to the other side. I take my right arm out at an angle, and then I start to shift my weight into my right leg. That left leg, the toes might stay on the floor, or they might lift up. I've got that foot flexed, my knees, my toes are just straight ahead, lifting my ribs out of my hips. I've got this nice long diagonal happening from heel to fingertips, and I'm going to breathe here. Flying witch. And then we'll bring the leg back down. We'll bring the arm back down. Move, wiggle, jiggle. Bring some motion back into the body. Notice how things feel. Okay, let's try and bring a little symmetry back into the body after all of that one side, the other side stuff. Let's take the feet slightly wider than the hips, heels in, toes out. Let's bend the knees and take it to cactus arms. We'll call this a haunted house. Take a few breaths here. Notice how this feels. Notice sensation in the hips. And then we're going to push into the feet, straighten the legs, straighten the arms, look up. 5-pointed star. And let's come on back down, haunted house. One more time, push into the feet, lift up. And then we'll float the arms down. Bring those toes straight ahead. And we'll make our way back to our chair now. I'm going to turn my chair around. I'll remove this support, but I'm going to use it again, so I'm going to keep it close by. And let's come to the chair. Very gently, carefully, bend the knees, soften into the knees, let the hips come back. You can always bring your hands down to support yourself in that journey. But let's sit towards the edge of the chair to start. And we're going to come back to that haunted house pose. So my knees are slightly wider than my hips. And I'm going to take my arms up into that cactus again. And this time I'm going to call it skeleton, and we're just going to lean to one side and the other. And then come back to center. Let's lift right heel, and then left heel. Ooh. And then let's go to the right, lean to the right, and come back, lean to the left, and return, and then we'll lift right heel, and lower, and left heel, and lower. And float those hands down to the lap. Take a circle or two with those shoulders. Let's bring those feet back together. Pause here for a moment just to notice how everything feels. And we're going to slide back into our chair. Connect our feet to the floor again, perhaps using a block or prop. Turn the palms up in your lap. Soften or close your eyes. Check in with how your body feels. Noticing sensations in the hips, in the shoulders, the side body, the arms, the feet, the ankles, just throughout the body. Now we'll stack those palms at heart center, and we'll take a moment to recall the intention that we set at the very beginning of our class. And then we'll release those hands back down to the lap. Let's scooch to the edge of our chair. Let's put the feet back on the floor. And let's bring those palms together in front of heart center. Let the thumbs rest on your sternum. Sit up tall. Drop your chin. And thank yourself for taking time to practice yoga today. And as always, thank you for allowing me to guide you. It's my hope that this lighthearted practice provided a little bit of fun in our otherwise busy day. Take care, my friends. I will see you again soon. Be well.